ladies, up with the kilts.
You'll never sleep again, officer.
Jesus Christ, what happened to you?
What can you offer my daughter, eh? Never have a job.
Look after Leonie, I'm going to be a good dad.
You're a stick of shit.
Your record is appalling. For much of your short life, you have behaved like a thug. I sentence you to 300 hours of community payback.
Bus sailed right past me.
Look, I'm sorry, but it's a 15-minute cut-off. You're too late.
I've got to get meals done, man, please. Please.
I think that's... People do this, you know. I mean, people are generous, and there is a kind of instinct for solidarity that maybe we don't recognise enough.
It's never in the abstract, really. I think you have to be truthful to the character. And then if you go along to an area, there are robberies of this world, and I mean, gang culture and violence, unfortunately, is that seeps into the vacuum where people have no work. There's not a cohesive community. There's not enough resources. There's, you know, the centres are being closed down. So if you even go to the East End of Glasgow now, you'll see a lot of people who have been cut. People carry knives because they're scared, and a drink's taken, and then it all goes crazy. And we just felt we had to be truthful to that world too, and we wanted to be uncompromising. We wanted to see this figure, you know, confront his victim, you know, and to see the effect that it's had on him, to see how he's destroyed not only that person's life, but the intricate set of family relationships. It's affected the daughter who fell out of school, the father feels guilty, you know, he's lost his girlfriend. So there's tremendous consequences with violence, and there's also great consequences with the person who's done it. That's always been my experience. I mean, not many people can cut off from what they've done.
The thing is, though, look at us. May as well have criminals on community service tattooed on their forehead.
I mean, films use a lot of violence just for effect and just for a thrill. And I guess to us, the violence, when you see it, it has to have consequences, and it has consequences for Robbie. It has consequences for the victim, obviously, which you see. Consequence for Robbie in his relationship with Leonie, and she has to come to terms with it. So I really hate it in films where you just get a fight, and it's like everybody walks away and there's no consequences. I think violence is serious.
There you go, the dream team.
Hey, you stupid prick, you! Oh, consecrated ground. Show some respect.
Well, I mean, these characters, there could have been a tragic ending given, and these characters could be could be tragic as well, really. But in this story, we wanted to try and just be inspired by the wit and the joie de vivre and the life force that a lot of these kids have. And if you are with them, they'll make you smile. You know, I mean, I'm not making that up. It's not like science fiction. If you go along to East End of Glasgow, I mean, I went out with the kids doing community service. It was absolutely hilarious. It was a day's entertainment. You know, the stories they have with taking the piss with the supervisors. I mean, some of the characters on there are so beyond the imagination that if you had them in a screenplay, like big bad bastard Willie had tattooed in his chest. You know, he says, bad bastard Willie tattooed in his chest, you know. He'd taken so much coke that he used to have a party stick and put a string through his nose and go like, hey!
Bad Harry, come on, just tell them we're going.
It's a sacred place. We're going to a distillery.
Who's got a sensitive nose?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I mean, there are a number of moral questions in the film. The big moral question is how can we tolerate an economic system that produces such mass unemployment, that writes off the chances for young people in their millions across Europe, in their millions, all those are. They're told you have no worth, you have no value, you will have no job security, you probably won't have a home that is secure, you will exist on benefits from the state, you will have no self-worth, and so on. And that's a political question, it's an economic question, but it's also a moral question. We should not tolerate a society that does this. Alongside that, there's this great disproportionate imbalance between poverty and wealth. On the one hand, you've got people with nothing, and on the other hand, you've got people who will spend £100,000 on a bottle of whisky, or £1 million on a cask of whisky.
Last night, I was asked to look at a sample of a whisky which is simply beyond price.
It is likely that the sale could raise an excess of
£1 million.
They wanted to give it a certificate that only 18 years old could see it because of the language. And it's ridiculous because they will allow 15-year-olds, even 12-year-olds, to see scenes that are of great violence and grotesque violence, and allow them to see it. And yet, language that you can hear in every playground, every school in the land, they say you can't hear that. And it's so stupid and so hypocritical. And it reflects a kind of middle-class morality where they'll accept violence, they'll accept state violence, they'll accept violence by the police even, but you can't say a word that was quoted in Chaucer from my memory. I mean, it's so stupid, it doesn't bear thinking about, it's so stupid.
What? This could be a big chance to make money, Robbie.
If I get caught doing anything like that, I get 5 years at least.
And then when we get it, I mean, who's going to take it over for scum like us?
Speak for yourself.
It's equivalent to having, like, the Mona Lisa in your bedroom.
Mona who?
I mean, people don't live in a bubble. You know, we don't live in isolation. We're all formed by the people we meet. And I think that sense of social complexity and cohesion is very important. And it's about things like solidarity. It's about, I mean, we are social beings. We live in collective organisations, and I think that films do tend to isolate characters, and I don't think that's very true. I think we are. It's not many people who, you know, live in a cupboard. You know, you live in society. You know, people all around us, and we interact with them all. And for me, I think films should reflect that.
Cults? Nobody ever bothers anybody wearing a cult. Is this spawn that? It keeps banging off my tadger. Fucking no one of the island are deserted, man.
Bob Blair Distillery, the Promised Land.
It's in there. We're out here.
Just fucking trust me and you'll find out.
Hello, ladies. Up with the kilts.
You'll never sleep again, officer.
Jesus Christ, what happened to you?
Guys, I'm really sorry, but we've got to get we've got a taxi at past, and I've got to get my bag and all that. I'm really sorry. It's lovely to meet you.